Hi, I'm Charlotte with Freezer Meals 101, and on today's What's for Dinner, I'm sharing all of the freezer meals that got turned into our family's weeknight dinner, including some brand new recipes we made in our last freezer meal sessions. This week, we had pierogi casserole, and last time we tried this, we had it in a baking dish, like we made it as a freezer meal in a foil container. But we also tried making it in a plastic bag, which is my preferred method of doing freezer meals because it takes up so much less space and I just find it way more efficient. So this week we actually tried the pierogi casserole that I had made in the bag, and it turned out beautifully, and it's quickly becoming a new favorite, especially with the kids. We also had our chicken noodle casserole. And the nice thing about the chicken noodle casserole is it's got everything you need right in that one dish. It's got your noodles and they're already cooked, so it's seriously just like throw it in the oven. It's got chicken, again, already cooked, and vegetables. Hard to go wrong, and everything you need is there. So if you're having a really busy day, that's a great dinner to go for. We also had our Alfredo tortellini and teriyaki beef stir fry. Again, that one is super fast because it fried up in I think 7 minutes, and it was partially from frozen, so amazingly fast. It was done before the rice. And what else did we have? We had one night we had the maple Dijon chicken, which again, it's our first time making that recipe, so it was kind of an experiment trying it out. That was from our 5-ingredient freezer meals day. And I served that with a side of asparagus, roasted potatoes, and some zucchini, butternut squash, and beets. I love beets. Anyway, just some easy side dishes that I threw together on that. You can do the chicken on the barbecue, in the oven, in the crock pot, or in the skillet. I did it in the skillet because I find that you can get a nice sear on it that way. And that is it. So I'm going to show you each of these recipes and show you how we made them, how we turned them from a freezer meal into dinner. And if you're looking for more easy family-friendly recipes, I invite you to subscribe to us here on YouTube. This Alfredo tortellini is such an easy freezer meal. I just topped it with the shredded mozza that was in the bag on the back, threw it in the oven, and it was ready. We had ours with bacon this time, but you can also do it with peas and mushrooms or whatever you want. I took out the teriyaki beef stir fry, but I also have this bag of snow peas in the fridge, so I'm gonna throw that in when I'm cooking it. So I put the teriyaki beef stir fry in the skillet, still pretty frozen, which will totally be fine. It'll thaw really quickly, and I'm gonna add a bit of ginger. This was from our 5-ingredient recipe day, and when we did that, I said that I would have added ginger if it didn't make it more than 5 ingredients. So I'm adding it now, and I'm adding those snap peas. Can you hold that for a second? Thank you. I'll toss those in there, and we're just gonna heat that, cook some rice, serve some rice on the side. This has got our meat, sauce, and veggies in it. So super easy meal, and should be done in, I would say, usually it's like 10 minutes, but because it's frozen still, I'm gonna say like 15, 17, something like that. I'll let you know. Okay, I totally overestimated how much time that would take. Even from mostly frozen, that took like, I don't know, like 7 minutes to cook, so that's totally ready. It's ready for the rice, so we're just gonna wait on the rice, and then we'll spoon that on top of the rice. I'll show you a picture of the finished product, and that's what's for dinner today. Teriyaki beef stir fry. I topped that with a little sprinkle of green onions, and dinner is served. This is that pierogi casserole that we had made both in the foil tray, and then we had tried it in the freezer bag. So we attached the cheese to the back, And I've just taken that out of the freezer to thaw, and I will show you guys later how it turns out. Okay, so now that that has thawed, I've gone ahead and taken the staples off to take them apart, and we're just going to dump the pierogies and all that good stuff, the bacon and cheese and onions and peppers and everything else in there, in our casserole dish. Just gonna flatten this out a little bit. This goes in a 375 degree oven for just a little over half an hour. We've now made the pierogi casserole freezer meal in both the foil tray and the freezer bag, and it worked just as well, if not better, in the freezer bag, which is great news because from now on we can always make it just in the freezer bag. It'll save space in the freezer and of course save money in the environment also. It's going to be one that we make again and again because our family is really enjoying it, and Christy's family is too. So as a side dish, I just tossed some zucchini, butternut squash, and beets with olive oil, some sea salt and pepper, and tossing in some rosemary, and then I'm going to cover that in foil, make a foil packet, put that in the oven with some roasted potatoes, and that will go on the side of our honey mustard chicken. No, it's not called honey mustard chicken. Maple Dijon chicken. Yeah, of the maple Dijon chicken. There we go. So that's going to go on the side of that. And that will be dinner tonight. I'm going to cook the maple chicken in a skillet on the stovetop. Just dumping this into the skillet. And a delicious dinner is served. Thanks for joining me today on another What's for Dinner. Join me again next week, and happy cooking.